this is Therese of Happy in Business, and I'm so excited to have you here today. Woohoo! So today I'm going to be talking about the concept of, are you sacrificing your life at the altar of your business? Now that might sound like, what? Who would do that? But y'all are doing it. It's an epidemic. We are trained that more is better. We are trained that, your identity is very much what you produce. We're trained, at least I was raised in this business in the last 14 years, in how to do it in a very masculine, go, 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 go way. So I'm very excited today. I'm gonna talk about, like last week I did a live that shared about the concept of how to create wealth of the self. Because guess what? Your wealth is way more than just the dollars in your bank account. And if you're just fixated on that, it's going to be a little bit difficult, right? And so what I thought I would do today is I want to bring in a client of mine that she's such a beautiful demonstration of the concept. Because midway through our work, I was like, dude, you just have got to start focusing on something else. Measure something different. And if I can figure this out, I'm going to have you. Hi guys, I'm so glad you're here. Let me see if I can figure out how to add somebody. Nope, hold on. So let me, okay, I don't know if I can figure this out. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, now I'm lost. I don't know how to invite somebody. Friends, there we go. Loren, how do I get you to watch, love? Where do I know you're here. How do I click on you? Hold on. Where's Loren? Hold on. Sorry, this is so messy, guys. I got to figure out how to add somebody, and I'm not sure how to add somebody to this video. Okay, add. Okay, yes. Here we go. You're Loren. Okay, we should be here in a second. Are you there?
I'm here.
Yay! Perfect. Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Get my volume. There we go. Okay. Get your mic. All right.
Okay. There's a lot of background sound.
Oh, really?
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Okay, welcome. Wait, do you have an external mic you can do?
Yeah. Hold on. I have to do it with my Bluetooth.
Okay. Is that better? Anyway. So you guys listening, Donna, Glad, Christy, can you hear okay? Can you hear all of us okay? Just say yes, thumbs up. Sorry for the technical glitches. Oh, that's so much better.
Excellent.
Sorry, I would have been teaching like, we don't want that. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. So this is Loren North, one of my just beautiful, amazing clients. And so it's great if I teach like, oh, here's how to do it. Here's some principles. But I'm so excited to have actually a case study that demonstrates the principles that I want to share. So first, Loren, we've worked together for a while, and it is so delightful to have you. So why don't you start a couple pieces. So I want you to start first by saying, tell us what you do. Tell us what you do. And thanks everybody for being here. I'm really honored. I'm so appreciative that you're here. You're going to really benefit. So watch as long as you can. And if you can't stick around, come back and watch the replay, right? Because this is going to be loaded with some really tangible nuggets. This is not a selling call. This is a teaching call. I want you to understand some specific concepts that Loren has mastered and is mastering, and she's getting, we've 10x her business. So that's a pretty darn good result. Okay, so tell us in the beginning, Loren, who you are, what you do.
So my name is Loren. I'm based in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am a clothing stylist and personal shopper. I work with men and women who are ready to transform their lives. So it's really awesome because a lot of times they've gone through a significant transition in their lives, be it a birthday, a move, a job change, a lifestyle change, and their style no longer works for them. It doesn't really match who they are anymore. And so I transform lives. And I do this in a way that honors the environment. So I do this all based in sustainability. So I restyle what my clients own, shopping their closet. And then when we do actually shop for clothes for them, I do that at consignment stores. So really focusing on the restyling and reusing.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, when I first met Loren, I was like, when I think styling, that'll just be me. I'll be like, does this person like make my butt look big? I was thinking Kardashian-esque, not to bash the Kardashians, they're fabulous maybe, but Loren has such a different take on it. And in the beginning, it wasn't as solid, right? And so Loren has really morphed into the whole sustainable. Loren used to be a geologist, right? And so it's like finding the story and blending the why are you different? How are you different? And why does it matter? Why does it matter? And so it's been so cool. How long have we worked together? A couple of years.
It's been almost 2 years. Yeah, it's like a year and a half. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So tell them so Loren walked into a meetup group of mine, and I'm like, oh, she's so smart, but kind of lost. And I think you cried once, and I'm like, I could help with that, right? And so you crazy woman signed up. And so tell me where you were. Kind of, I want to hear the picture of, because you were newer in business, right? So tell me where you were in the beginning, kind of like, what was the state of affairs? Because you know, Loren, you heard she's a geologist. She comes from an analytical, scientific, more masculine way of working, right? So give the before.
Yeah, so I was, it was like at the end of my first year fully in business. I quit my corporate job and done this crazy thing on my own. And I was at that point where, you know, you do everything in a business. You network, I had my website, so wrote my blogs, was doing a lot of website updates, if you will, things I probably shouldn't have been doing. Coming up with content, trying to reach my clients through, a number of different avenues. And because two reasons. One was it was still my first year in business, and two, I was trying to do too much. I felt like a failure because I wasn't getting the results I wanted.
Right. Yeah. When I talked, because I know there was that one session where you were so broken, if you will, or just hopeless, like, God dang it, I've done everything, right? So when I started with Loren, what we started doing is peeling things off. Like, okay, let's look at, you're going to how many networking groups a week? You're putting how much time out? Is it working? So one of the tenets that I work with is this, how to have a wealth of self. How do you not sacrifice your life at the altar of your business? Is what brings you life? What's working? So there's the logical, analytical ROI, but there's also the energy. So talk about in the beginning, like, what did we start peeling off for you? Because a lot of people, there's the way to do it, right? The way. And so how was it in the beginning when we started pulling back things for you?
Well, there's a lot to pull back.
You were an overachiever. Yes, you were.
There was the mindset blocks and things like that I couldn't see, without your help with that. And once we got through some of what I will call the intangibles of the mindset stuff, like stuff with, childhood and things like that we got through, then it became the more tangible and the do everything energy and the masculine energy. And starting with, I still felt, and this is well into year 2 of my business, I felt like, I'm I don't have value unless I'm making money. I came from a high earning income. I went from 6 figures to no figures, in my first year of business. Right. That was really hard. But again, that kind of masculine energy followed me because it was like, well, I know the solution. I'll just do more.
Do more. So logical. It's so logical, right? That makes sense. It's not working. Do more. Do more of what's not working.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And then, because I had started as well, then it was like, you still, again, the doing more thing then segues into, networking and still trying to show up at all these events, still trying to be, run my own business, work with clients. And even though I'd scaled back the networking, because I had another coach I work with as well, and she had said that, she's like, I don't want you to be going to this many network events at the end of the year. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then I started working with you, and you're like, you need to do less. I'm like, okay. And so, but to me, I had scaled it down, but I hadn't scaled it down enough. And so that was part of the layer, right? So scaling that back of like, less networking. Are there things that I'm doing that truly a virtual assistant can do? And then also, of course, getting into the whole, like, not just looking at the financials, because that was still the big,
we're going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah. Well, so what I heard is, we all have this belief that basically you are what you create, right? And so talk about that, because I think I can do a gender thing here. Definitely men are socialized. You are what you earn very, very, very often. but it sounds like women are too. I mean, we are like, if I'm making money, I'm awesome. If I don't, I suck. Right. So how was that for you? That like the up and down and the quest for, because again, coming from the six figures to the no figures, that kind of sucks. Right. So talk about that a little bit. It's like your whole identity had to rejigger your whole identity. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it was not fun to go through that.
Don't scare them, love. Don't scare them.
I mean,
but
what
you're
I was
willing.
going
That's what I love
not
about
the
you.
work with you.
So
the work.
Okay.
The going from, the identity shift to going from that person who had the career to, walking away from that, shifting it 180 degrees. That part's exciting, but also not fun. The working through it stuff is challenging, but way better than what I was going through before.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, it was, what ended up happening is that was really one of the critical things that we had to do was, and I almost forgot about this. It's funny you're asking it, is writing a letter to my old self to let her go. And the thanking her for, that was the other thing, because I was definitely in a place where I was very binary. It was like, oh, well, I'm not a geologist, therefore my past didn't help me at all for my future, and I just walked away from all that. Now I'm here, and this sucks, right? And it was, you helped reframe it to, no, your drive and your education and your career and all these things that are you got you here. So you need to, like, it's honoring
honor it,
thanking it, exactly,
yeah,
and letting go the parts that no longer serve you. So kind of taking what I could moving forward and letting go the other parts, and honoring them and thanking them for this.
Yeah,
that was
nice.
Huge.
That was huge. Yeah, absolutely. So a couple pieces in there. It's like what I would say, and this is not new information, but what got you to here, even what got you to your six-figure income, could not take you to be an entrepreneur in your own business creating money.
Exactly.
And it doesn't, you wouldn't think that it wouldn't transfer. It doesn't transfer. Well, it doesn't transfer if you want to have a life. if you want to have a business that kills you, it perhaps could transfer. If you want a business that burns you out and you hate, that might transfer. So the like work till you drop, just go. In this business, especially, you are a service-based business owner. You sell you. You're not selling pens or insurance or stocks or anything else. You are the commodity. And I got to tell you, people watching, when you are the commodity, whoo-hoo, it is a different game. You are going to be against every limiting belief. You're going to be against every cultural belief, every gender bias. You're going to hit so much stuff. And people are like, what is wrong with me? Because how could I do it here and not here? Especially as Loren. So Loren has been on 2 retreats with me. And the first one, she was in my living room, my retreat here. And I'm like, you have to be the most effective, powerful, talented person I've ever met. Jesus God, woman, what can you not do? I mean, you're around Loren for 5 minutes and you're like, how do you live in the world? You got it so together. And in her business, she couldn't have it so together. And so to be in a career and be a person that makes stuff happen very successfully, and then in your business going, what the fuck? Like, really? I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do and it's not working? So talk about how that felt, because that's the moment I said, measure something else. But just talk about the pain of that, because it's a horrible, soul-crushing, should I just go sell shoes,
Yeah, it basically, up to that point, you're always looking back, like, I can always go back to what I did before. I can always do something else. That's how it feels, because you don't have the traction in your business that you want.
Yeah.
You're, like you said, you're successful in other areas of your life, and this is not it. It's not translating what you think you know and should be able to do. It's not working, and that really was it. The whole, like, I can just go back, and that was holding me back too, that thought. I mean, but I mean,
we said burn the ships, no going back.
Yeah, it is soul crushing, because because you have those moments where you do this great work with your clients, and then it's like, it is that roller coaster, right? And then it's it just goes dormant, and then you think, well, what did I do wrong? This isn't working, I suck. And because you're just measuring it against those financial tangibles.
Yeah. So the first belief you had was, I am what I earn and what I produce, and the dollar amount at the end of the day completely defines the person of me. The second belief is, I have to do everything and I have to be there for everybody and be everything to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a no-win. We've all done that. Raise your hand if you've not ever played that one, which will destroy you. And so in addition to pulling off networking, we started, because when Loren came to me, she was charging this much. Oh, you wouldn't believe how much she's charging now. And now she's like, I only want to work with this person. I only want to do it in this way. I'm only going to show up for this. So this having to be everything and do everything, speak to that one, because that bites you. And it's hard to because see, there's the myth that I can help anybody. But by helping anybody, you help nobody. And so when you're trying to grow your business, to do this with your time and energy and who you're working with, it's kind of counterproductive, right? So how was that for you? Because that was a big one.
So you mean like niching down,
niching down with your time, like because you've really up-leveled what you want to work with,
Yeah, so I got a lot more specific about who I want to work with and how I want to help them in my process. But then I also stopped doing things that, and it's like you have to grow into this, and that's what this process was with Therese, is like, would I pay someone my hourly rate to do this stuff? And the answer was no. I started hiring virtual assistants in the middle of last year. Okay. So it was, and that's been, an ongoing thing, and it's been very good though all the way around. Some I'm still working with, some I'm not, but it helped me then get really clear. And this is another fellow business owner of mine. She has a different business, but I'll never forget her saying this on a mastermind call. She goes, I want to do two things. I want to create content and work with my clients. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I was doing everything else because the content comes from my brain and I want to share that and get that out to my audience and the world. And then I want to work with my clients. And so I kind of was keeping that in my brain and offloading things as I could to virtual assistants. That wasn't like, if I created the content, then they can do things that are replicating it or getting it out there once I've generated it.
Right.
So,
but you had to trust, right? The three things I talk about in my methodology is faith, trust, and surrender. Yeah. Yep. So you get the idea of like, wait, I don't have to do this, because that's what you're getting. And then you have the faith to act on it, and you have to have trust and just surrender, like, holy shit, I just made this big investment in these assistants. It's money going out, and I'm not. So this wasn't your strong suit, like like the sitting, waiting, trusting. How were you with that?
I literally have had to, I read books, like I have a daily meditation book, and I work with you. I mean, I've literally had to train myself to have trust, faith, and surrender.
Yeah.
But it